Hi, I'm Erin Cochran, head house whisperer of Revealing Redesign, and I help people to reimagine and rework their house using redesign and renovation. But what my clients would tell you I really do is I help them to give birth to a home that nurtures and supports the way they truly want to live. And we're out here on my porch again today, taking your questions. It's our new favorite thing to do. You've sent in some questions, things that you're struggling with in your houses. And Joanne, my assistant, whom hopefully you've met before, will be reading the questions and we'll be talking about the things and hopefully getting you some creative solutions. So who did we hear from this week, Joanne?
Well, this week we have our first person is Emily from Brooklyn, New York.
Oh.
And Emily is looking to move to the area. And so she's concerned about house hunting and how difficult it is for her to look at a house because sometimes she can't look past the decor in the house or the wall colors or the furniture. Mm-hmm. And that's very stressful for her. So she's wondering, what tips do you have to get around that? And when she's in the house, what should she focus on? That's very good questions.
Those are really good questions. And most people have a really hard time with this, which is why so many houses now go on the market move-in ready, because buyers typically, I hate to say it, most people don't have an imagination. I totally get it. That's why I have a job, because I can see rooms the way that they can end up rather than the way that they are. I would say one of the most important things is, of course, as most real estate agents will tell you, is location, location, location. If you're looking at new houses, if it's in a spot that you really love and has the things around it that you really want, that's the most important thing to start with. Secondly, even though the house itself might not have what you want in terms of, it might have old wallpaper, it might have a kitchen that's dated, I would say pay attention to the bones of the house. So how do the rooms relate to one another? Do you like the way it feels when you walk in the front door? Does it feel like the space is welcoming to you? Try not to pay attention to the colors, and it's really hard. It's really, that can be, or as some real estate agents say, if you can smell it, you can't sell it. So if there's a lot of houses, if they're a fixer-upper, they're going to have a little bit of an odor. Those things can, for the most part, be dealt with over time, and we can fix those things. But if you want to pay attention to the dimensions of the spaces and how the rooms relate to each other, and see if you feel comfortable there. And I think that if you have a good gut feeling in a house, that's always a good first step.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
I think too, looking past the colors would be better if you knew that you were going to hire Erin to come in and pick out the most fabulous colors.
That's true too. And of course, helping people to reimagine how the rooms can be configured is one thing I love to do, because not everybody can do that.
No,
so,
and
right.
It's a hard thing to do, which is why often real estate companies are now staging homes for sale.
Right, to see how furniture sits in a space and everything. Yes.
Exactly. Okay, so our second question comes from Betsy from Westchester, Pennsylvania. And Betsy is interested in redoing her fireplace, and she is wondering how to start. Who to start with? Should she call a mason or a carpenter? And how does she decide what it should look like? And I think this is a good one, particularly because fireplace is such a focal point in a room.
Oh, it's so important.
That it's something you want to do right, and that's why you need to call Revealing Redesign.
Well, okay, so the fireplace, as Joanne's saying, is definitely the focal point in a room. So you want to have, you want to think about how it's going to relate to the house. So what style house do you have? How are you going to pull that style out in the fireplace and really bring that home? So I think about one of our recent projects where the house is a contemporary house, but it had some sort of shaker detail, and we redid the fireplace, and we worked with our carpenter to think about how the fireplace surround could be styled to match the other woodwork in the room. So it's really important that you're paying attention to the style cues that architecturally that your house is giving you. That's very important. And also another good tool to use is to go on Houzz, Houzz.com, Houzz.com, and start gathering pictures of fireplaces that you like, because that's going to help you so much to start saying, okay, well, I like this type of stone, or I like this type of mantle. I like it when the treatment goes all the way to the ceiling, or I like it when it's just the mantle and it stops. Those pictures are going to help you really focus on the things that you want for the fireplace. Do you want bookcases to flank it? Do you want a mirror above it? Do you want to hang your TV above it? All of these things that when you see finished spaces done beautifully, you can collect those photographs that speak to you in an idea book on hows. And then if you do choose to meet with a designer, or if you're meeting with your contractor, you have those in your back pocket to say, okay, well, this is what I like. This is the aesthetic that I want, and these are the elements that I want to put in place. So I would say really do your homework, find out the things that your house is wanting you to do in terms of keeping up with the style and being in keeping with the architectural history of your house, and then also gathering pictures to make sure that you know the style and the components that you want for that renovation.
Great. Those are all very good suggestions.
I think so too. I think that a fireplace is going to set the tone for the room, so you want to make sure that you're pulling in the right elements. Well, this was great. Thank you so much for sending in your questions. This has been so much fun for us to do. We will see you again very soon with our next set of questions. And please send in some to Erin at revealingredesign.com. Shoot me an email. And if you've enjoyed this, please make sure that you subscribe to my YouTube channel for Revealing Redesign. Thanks so much. Look forward to seeing you soon.